Good evening, I'm Melisa Idris.
And I'm Sharaad Kuttan.
And you're watching Consider This. Tonight on the show, I'm delighted to announce our guest today is Zulkiflee Anwarul Haque, or better known as Zunar, the political cartoonist. And you know, you've been on Sharaad's show before, but Zunar is back on the show now to talk about his second book, second book launched in Malaysia Baru, called Kartun Anti Racism, or Cartoons Against Racism. And this is quite interesting, Zunar. Welcome to the show. I'm very happy to have you here because I want to ask you why you've decided to shift away from, you know, most of your books have been focused on politicians, focused on the fight against corruption, and now you've decided to tackle racism. Why the sudden shift?
Actually, it's the same thing. I've been doing the same things. Last time, corruption is very serious. Now also serious. I'm not saying not serious, but during that time, the corruption I need to really tackle corruption issues. And when we fight, we have a new government. Now we say there are some of them being charged with corruption. Yeah, especially the top one. So I think when we change the government, people talk about Malaysia Baru. But what is Malaysia Baru? Well, Malaysia Baru, that's why I said Malaysia Baru is not about changing a political party alone or changing how the government should be governed the country. But the important thing is the mindset of the people. If mindset of the people haven't changed, there is no Malaysia Baru.
I do want to ask you, this is very interesting because depending on how you look at it and depending on the issue, people have very different definitions of what racism is, right? There's a conflict. In fact, sometimes you find that if somebody criticizes somebody for being racist, they will be told that they are also being racist. So then
pointing it out, right?
Yeah, yes. And then it just becomes this thing where, oh no, you're racist, no, you're racist. And then, so there's a real confusion about what we mean by racism. So perhaps, since this is the underlying, the foundations of your newest book, tell us, what do you understand racism to be?
You know, what is the best garden we could have? A garden, yeah. The garden with full of flowers, with different flowers and different aroma. So it become a very beautiful one. Why? They have so different colors. You can see these flowers got so different colors. So it is important to say they are all beautiful and they smell very good. So only then it makes a good garden. But you can't say that I love this flower, I need to get rid of others. This is how you have to understand it. The same with us. We are a human, we have a different races, we have a different culture, we have different language. It is important for us to say everyone have their own way, and this is beautiful. This is so diverse, and we need to respect this. To respect rather than to discriminate. So respect first. Okay, you have your own language. I respect this. You know, I need to learn, and I want to learn. I want to understand more about you, and you need to understand more about me too. That is why that is the principle of race and racism. Yeah. So we can't say as long we respect each others. As long as we want to know each other better, I think this is okay.
Right.
But
so it's not wiping out difference, it's accepting difference.
Accepting. We need to accepting it.
Okay, so acceptance
diversity is good, is a strength. Diversity is a strength.
So you talked about lack of respect, right? But I think it also boils down from a lack of understanding. So you can't respect something you don't understand. Now, I'm just wondering whether there is that desire to understand the different races. So maybe, sometimes we are so insular in our own lifestyle, own culture, own heritage, our own identity, that there is no, I guess, outward need or feeling of need to understand someone of a different race, of a different culture.
Yeah, we don't understand is okay, but you don't hate. So you don't discriminate. So the thing of, maybe some people live in the jungle, they're in the remote area in Malaysia, they don't understand other races. You don't need to understand that. The important thing is you can't hate. When you start to hate, you start to create, you start to discriminate. That's the issues. If you don't understand, it's okay. If you understand, fine. But if you don't also, for me, it's no problem. But when you start to hate, you start to discriminate, You start to say, you are the best. Only my race is superior than others. They say the word ketuanan nowadays come out because you are say you are the best. So for me, is how to understand this. We need to understand the principle. The important thing is the principle. If you know the principle that we against, I would like to ask this question. It's a very simple question for us to understand. You to be born a certain race, is it our choice? Is it your choice? No, it's a God decision. So when we understand this is God decision, so we think that, okay, we need to respect God creation. So there is no way we can hate each other.
I do. Right, I say hate is very interesting because, in fact, in the global discussion about racism, and hate is actually an important emotion that attaches to racism, right? And I remember Yasmin Ahmad in many of her films tries to explore that. Where does the hate come from? You know, and in one of her films, I believe it's Sepet, because they all seem so similar, but the one racist character, and he's actually racist against other Malays in a strange way. He's like the cosmopolitan liberal Malays. It comes from a feeling of inadequacy. He has personal problems, and that drives the hate. So you take your personal problems. How do you see hate? Where does hate come from? Is it coming from our politicians? Is it coming from our neighbors? Where is hate?
Our parents, our family. Is it inherited?
Schools.
The one you mentioned is maybe one or two isolate case, which is I'm okay. Some people have a reason why. A personal reason. For me, that is not a big issue here. The big issue is the system, the systematic. So for me, hate comes from, first of all, sorry to say, the education system. Because this is the system. The system will create, the system that can give a big impact to the society. It's one or two individuals, maybe not so much, but the system that create this. You see, when we split and when we start the first day in school, what happened? We already splitted. And we speak a different way to different race. You know, at the school level. So people we start to promote hate. So this is, and this, for let's say we're talking about only 40%, only 40 student, then it will continue until he becomes somebody.
All right, we're going to continue this conversation with Zunar right here on Consider This. Make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.